good day everyone. So I am MARICAR SALIDO. No? We choose Blaan tribe from tribal classification. So ano nga ba itong Blaan tribe? So Blaan tribe is one of the indigenous people of southern Mindanao. Their name derived from Bla. It means opponent and people. Alternatively spelled as B-L-A-A-N or Blaan. So, Bilaan of Southern Mindanao are still upholding their traditional ways of living, their values, and their customs culture. It is impressive to see how the community can adjust and find meaning in life in a modern Philippine society. So, Blaan of South Cotabato, renowned hunters and food gatherers, hunted wild animals and were reaping grains, root crops, fruits, and herbs in the one vast open space Cogunaland. So, since ang Blaan tribe is nakatira sila sa, usually sa mga bundukin yan, or itong tinatawag nila na Cogunaland, so yung mga, hanap buhay talaga nila is, or yung, saan sila kumukuha ng pagkain is yung, hunters or hunting nila ng mga wild animals. So, mayroon din silang mga root crops, fruits, and herbs na tinatanim. So, doon sila kumukuha ng kanilang kinakain. So, they are famous for rich and colorful cultural heritage, ethnic art, and handicrafts. So, sila yung may pinaka-colorful or parang mayaman sa mga handicraft. So, kung makikita nyo sa picture, so, traditional farming practices in Sarangani province. So, itong picture na ito is sila yung tribal, ay Blaan na tribo sa Sarangani. So, sila yung may ganitong practices. So, sila is from Sarangani province. So, sa unang picture, kung makikita nyo is a Blaan Antibulibot ni or makeshift wooden altar. So, parang altar yan siya. Then, ang sa pangalawang picture is Blaan Amla or planting ceremony. So, yan yung sa Blaan kasi, every ginagawa nila is merong ceremony na tinatawag. So, pagtanim nila, meron silang ceremony na ginagawa. So, sa ikatatlong picture is Blaan women during harvest. No, Toki Fali or yung tinatawag nila Toki Fali. Then, Blaan full storage hut. So, kung makikita nyo, yan yung storage hut na meron ang mga Blaan. Then, sa rice panicle stored in farmers' houses. So, yung mga binibitay na na palay. Then, ang panghuli is seeds are stored in baskets made from wood bark stuffed with dried grasses. So, yung yung mga buto or ng mga pananim is doon nila tinatago doon sa baskets made from wood bark. So, next is Blaan culture. So, ano nga ba ang culture ng mga Blaan? So, Blaan tribe practices in indigenous ritual for almost everything that they do. Yun nga sabi ko kanina, sa lahat ng ginagawa ng mga Blaan tribe is meron talaga silang ritual na ginagawa. So, they are strong believers on the interdependency with the environment. So, sila talaga yung nag-preserve ng environment or sila talaga yung mga tribo na mas binibigyan ng halaga yung environment. So, they respect the will of Creator and are not allowed to touch or destroy any creature object without His permission. So, sa culture ng Blaan, so, ayon sa kanila, bawal sirain yung mga bagay or mga creature na ginawa without permission. Kasi yun yung kultura nila. Then, they believe only one supreme being that rules the cosmos and in the existence of soul, which upon leaving the body causes illness and even death. So, life of Blaan evolves around the family. So, they live in one compound. So, ang mga Blaan tribe, usually, isa lang yan talaga silang compound, no? Whereas, andon yung dato nila. So, isang community yan sila or ibig sabihin, dito na place specifically, Blaan lang yan dito. So, yun yung culture ng Blaan. So, consisting of more than one spouses, then yung kultura ng Blaan. And cousins are allowed to marry each other. So, part ng culture nila na pwedeng pakasalan yung cousins. So, next is the Blaan men. So, ang Blaan men wear their long hair. So, meron akong picture mamaya na ipapakita. So, have tattoos on their back, chest, legs, and arms. So, practice of men and women. So, shaving of eyebrows and blackening their tongues and filled in scissors. So, yan sila, gina-shave nila yung eyebrows nila and yung dila nila. So, pinapaitim nila yung dila nila. So, ito, indigenous community. Each neighborhood is organized under a local, they call this dato. So, dato has autonomous authority over an area depending on his personal influence. So, ang Blaan na tinatawag natin, ito yung yung dato, ito yung leader ng isang indigenous community or itong Blaan tribe. So, siya po ay tinatawag na dato. The position is supposedly hereditary and follows a rule of the firstborn assuming the position. So, ito sa picture na ito, ito yung Blaan chief ng Mindanao. Siya po si Glenn Lakich. Siya po si Glenn Lakich. Dato Maguling rather. Si Dato Maguling, siya po ang Blaan chief ng Mindanao or Southern Mindanao. Next is Blaan traditional clothing. So, kung makikita nyo sa picture, mayroong gintlo dyan, tsaka albong. So, ito yung traditional clothing ng mga women. So, Blaan female differentiated by their perspective, decoration, and embroidery. So, example, mother of pearl or shell disc. Type of clothing, albong takmon. And itong albong takmon, ito yung pinaka or the most expensive, Yan ang tinatawag nilang albong takmon. So nakadepende po yung suot ng isang babae, may classification din po kasi yung pananamit nila. So pag ganito yung sinuot mo, ibig sabihin the most expensive. So parang siya yung may mataas na status sa community na meron sila. So, beaded blouse, yun yung tinatawag na albong sanla. Blouse with applique, yun yung tinatawag na albong nibang. Cross-stitch, albong ansef. So, next is traditional female tube skirt. Yun yung tinatawag nilang tabi. Made from hand-woven abaka or ikat weaving. So, women uses Maguindanao plaid malong as an alternative to tabi and it's called gintlo. So, pag wala silang tabi, alam niyo yung yung sa ginagamit ng mga Maguindanaon or Maranao yung malong. So, yun yung alternative na ginagamit nila. Yun ang tinatawag na gintlo. So, sa Blaan male, so pants or trousers, ang tawag doon is salwal. Ito yung sa picture. So, itong sa men, itong utob, ito yung head cover na tinatawag nila. Then, itong saol. So, a common term for top or upper garment. Then, itong sa women, itong swat na tinatawag is ito yung parang suklay na nilalagay sa buhok ng women, Blaan women. So, itong ulel, ang tawag sa earrings is ulel. Then, paglong, Blaan, boat shape, lut, yung hawak niya. Then, ang albong. So, ito yung tinatawag na albong kanina. So, a common Blaan term for blouse. So, ang tawag ng blouse sa Blaan is albong. Next is, yun na, albong, sanla, blouse with beaded embroidery. So, ito na yung sinasabi ko kaninang gintlo, Blaan term for plaid skirt. It is commonly known as malong by Christian settlers. Okay, next is other accessories with Blaan terms. So, additional knowledge lang, Ang tawag yung pinakita ko kanina, yung suklay, ang tawag nun is what? Male cloth head cover, utob, earrings, ulel, necklace, la, ang tawag sa kanilang term. Ang brass belt, sabitan or gatawik. Ang leg rings, ang tawag nila is tikas, anklets is babat. So, ito na yan. Ito yung SWAT kanina na sinasabi ko. So, ito. SWAT or yung suklay. Then, ito is sabitan. Ito ang sabitan. Then, ito ang akmagi, Blaan. So, next is, what is Blaan dances? So, BLIT Blaan dance, courtship dance of Davao del Sur. So, ang famous na dance na meron ang Blaan is BLIT Blaan dance. So, ito ay courtship dance ng Davao del Sur. So, itong sayaw na ito is imitating forest bird during mating seasons and perform of the rhythm of Tagalog. So, paano nga ba piniperform itong BLIT Blaan? So, dancers revolve around the two male bird in pursuit in the female bird. So, a popular cloth called a malong is used by the female dancers to represent the wings. So, ang female dancers, meron yan silang malong na dala. It represents the wings of the birds. So, basic movements on how to perform a BLIT Blaan dance. So, all the movements of BLIT Blaan is done by knees slightly bent. There is springing movement of both feet that is common to both male and female dancers. So, basic movements is done by knees slightly bent. So, yun yung mga basic movements or na ginagawa sa BLIT Blaan dance. BLIT Blaan dance figure. So, mayroon tayong by figure dito. So, figure 1, execute forward turn to the right in place with the arms in twisted T position. So, it counts lang yan. So, female dancer execute 4 wheel turns to the right. Then, arms in twisted T position. So, parang ganyan siya. Then, 8 counts ang bilang. So, face back and raise both arms of the malong up and down. So, alternatively yan, to the right, to the left. So, yun yung nagre-represent as wings ng birds. So, 16 counts po yan siya. Then, figure 2, bend, run diagonally forward to the right and left and right again. So, 16 counts lang din. Do running steps backward while pulling the right arm downward. So, diagonally, then ganyan. Run forward, backward as they raise both arms and downs. So, 8 counts lang din. So, figure 3, turn to the left with their left arm in waist and right arm raise. Then, the right arm raise with one ends of the malong and let it go. Turn around and raise and left arms up and down. So, 16 counts. So, entrance of the male dancers. So, yung kanina, entrance of the female dancers, yun siya. So, ito, entrance of the male dancers. So, the male dancers jump towards the female dancers while holding the malong both ends with springing movements of the feet and raise each of the malong alternately to the right and left. So, yun ang entrance ng male dancers. So, 16 counts lang yan siya. Then, figure 4. One of the female catches the attention of the male bird. So, yun na. Both males fling their malong to capture the female bird. So, 16 counts. The other female do whirl turn to the right and left. The male bird execute motion of invitation with one hand while holding waist of the captured female. So, yun na yun yung sabi ko kanina, yung one of the female catches the attention of the male. So, 16 counts lang din yung perform. So, using hand motion, the captured female show preference toward a male and version toward the other. The female captured break free and run to join the other female bird. So, figure 5. After the female bird's free, the male bird now stimulate fighting. So, mag-aaway na yung dalawang dancer or dalawang bird through leaping, back roll, so sipa, in between the springing movement of the feet. So, they use their malong for striking. So, yung malong na dala-dala nila is yun yung ginagamit nila for striking. So, 16 counts. The females spread their malong open and with their hand inside, they ran forward and do whirl turn to the right. 8 counts. And they do forwardly in place and do whirl turn to the right. 8 counts. They run around to escape the fighting with gliding movements. So 16 counts. They move sideward to the left with turn to the right. They fling their malong over the right shoulder. So 8 counts. So they now execute movement to stimulate confusion and fear. So yung mga female dancers, so mag-move sila to stimulate confusion and fear. They do fast step, left and right motion of the feet. So left and right. Then with the brush on the right, 16 counts. So ang finale of the male birds. So after more leaping and turning, after nag-perform yung kanina yung intense na nag-perform sila ng away yung dalawang male bird, one male bird jump in place while twirling their malong, bend in squatting position 4 counts. And the male bird leap to mount the other shoulder while other male bird raise his left arms. Finale of the female birds. So spring feet movements, the female fling their malong back, front. They swing up and down to the right and left and end with a pose. So 16 counts. The right arm is up while holding the ends of the malong, while left is down holding down. So 4 counts lang din. The left foot is forward across, is pointed forward across to the right. So, kung nahihirapan kayong intindihin yung figures na binigay ko, so mayroon tayong video dito.
The BLIT Blaan is a courtship dance of the Blaan of Davao del Sur, imitating forest birds during the mating season. It is performed to the rhythm of a kudlong. The dance revolves around 2 male birds in pursuit of a female bird. A tubular cloth called a malong is used by the female dancers to represent the birds.
So, ayun yung nakita nyo, yung dala nilang malong. So, yun yung nagre-represent as a wings ng bird. So, diretso tayo sa instructional. So, itong instructional na ito, yun yung nirepresent ko kanina by figure. So, ito, kung gusto nyo talagang maintindihan, so ito, instructional video siya with videos na.
All the movements in the BLIT Blaan are done with the knees slightly bent. There's a springing movement on both feet that is common to both the males and females. The female birds enter with running steps with their malong draped around their necks while they hold both ends. Their arms glide alternately to the right and left to simulate flying. They execute a whirl turn to the right in place with their arms in twisted T position. They face the back and raise both ends of the malong up and down alternately to the right and left. They then run diagonally forward to the right, left, and right again. They do running steps backward while pulling their right arm downward. They run forward and backward as they raise both arms up and down. They turn to the left with their left arm on their waist and the right arm raised. The right arm raises one end of the malong and lets it go. The females then turn around and raise their left arm up and down. Now the male birds jump towards the female birds while holding their malong on both ends. With the same springing movement on both feet, they raise each end of the malong alternately to the right and left. The females begin to execute flirting movements. One simulates the fixing of her hair, another puts on her makeup, while the other fixes her dress by swaying both ends of her malong. At this point, one female catches the attention of the male birds. One after the other, both males fling their malongs to capture the female bird. The 2 other females do whirl turns to the right and left. The 2 male birds execute motions of invitation with one hand while holding onto the waist of the captured female. Using hand motions, the captured female bird shows her preference towards one male and aversion towards the other. She breaks free and runs to join the other female birds. After the female bird breaks free, the male birds now simulate fighting through leaps, front rolls, and kicks in between the basic springing movement of the feet. They use their malong for striking. The females spread their malong open and with their hands inside, they run and do a whirl turn to the right. Then they do 4 leaps in place and another whirl turn to the left. They run around to escape the fighting with gliding movements. They move sideward to the left. With a turn to the right, they fling their malong over the right shoulder. They now execute movements to simulate confusion and fear. They do fast step left and right motions of the feet with a brush on the right. After more leaping and turning, one male bird jumps in place while twirling his malong. He bends in a squatting position as the other bird leaps to mount the other's shoulders. He holds both ends of the malong overhead while the other bird raises his left arm. With springing feet movement, the females fling their malong back front. They swing them up and down to the right and left and end in a pose. The right arm is up, holding one end of the malong, while the left is down, holding the other end. The left foot is pointed forward across the right with the body slightly tilted backward.
Okay, so yun yung instructional videos ng BLIT, Blaan dances. So, hopefully na-clarify kayo. So, next is the other dances of Blaan. So, bukod sa BLIT, Blaan, meron silang admulak. It is a dance of depicting bird hunting with bow and arrow. Amti is a dance drum on fishing which depicts on a river fisher going through his daily routine of setting traps. So, ang Amti, it's all about the fishermen. So, Muhag Sugon, it is dance drama on gathering honey. Next is Asbulong, it depicts a healing ritual. So, ito yung dance na all about the healing ritual. Itong BLIT, Blaan, a courtship dance of Davao del Sur. So, meron din silang Binanog-Banog, Binato-Bato, Palimak-Blaan, Udo. Yan yung mga other dances na meron ang Blaan tribe. So, music instrument, so ang ano kasi ng Blaan is wooden lute. So, parang flutes and bamboo tubes with strings are used with their rituals and dances. So, ito talagang wooden lutes yung ginagamit nila kahit sa anong ritual. Then, meron din silang hand-woven mat, spread on floor marked as a sacred space, spread out to mediate conflicts by tribal leaders. Okay, so additional lang. So, ang Blaan tribe kasi is, as what I experienced, no, or kung ano yung naranasan ko, meron, nag-aral kasi ako sa parang isang, integrated siya, so sa amas siya na part. So, usually, ang Blaan kasi, magagalit sila pag tinatawag sila na Bilaan. So, dapat ang term mo is Blaan. So, ayaw nila yung tinatawag na Bilaan. So, parang naiinsulto sila pag tawagan silang ganon. So, para iwas tayo next, para na rin sa kalaman na lahat. So, it's better na tatawagin natin silang Blaan. Blaan. So, hopefully, meron kayong naintindihan sa report ko. And thank you for listening.